Here on the videocast, we have been spending a lot of time in the 90s lately, so I thought this week we'd give the 80s some love by looking at promotional food tie-ins and retro gaming, how video games are marketed through different foods during the 1980s. This is going to be very heavy on fast food, but not limited to it, like some of our previous videos. We will also be seeing candy, soft drinks, quick food, food made quick, basically fast food. A lot of these games came from Japan, who had their own promotions, so we'll be covering ads from over there as well. As always, I am your host Brian, and this video was made possible thanks to our patrons over at patreon.com/pixandportraits. In exchange for their support, they get access to dozens of exclusive videos, as well as digital copies of my book, The Nostalgia Economy, which is all about retro gaming and collecting. So if you're into this, if you're into what we do and want to see more, help make it happen, please consider supporting us. You can also follow us on Blue Sky now, like this video, share it, everything helps. Now, the 80s was a huge decade for both gaming and merchandising. I'll pepper in some history throughout, but we do have an entire timeline of gaming through the lens of retrofuturism that covers this period pretty extensively. In the early 80s, video games were a pop culture phenomenon. You can find multiple news reports about this craze with concerned parents, obsessed players. We will see this again later in the decade, but fast food companies tried to capitalize on this popularity by featuring arguably the biggest star of the time, Pac-Man, an incredibly popular gaming character. You are seeing a 7-Up commercial from 1982 featuring Pac-Man and a song about 7-Up to the tune of Betty Davis Eyes, which was a massive hit the year before. Around the same time, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups had this parody of sorts, not really a tie-in, but just shows you how popular or recognizable Pac-Man was. His popularity was highlighted in this commercial for Arby's, which I believe is the first time they're showing up in one of these videos. An animated Pac-Man eats various Arby's sandwiches, eventually their logo. The promotion here was for a glass, very common fast food tie-in, 59 cents with the purchase of a pop. Same year, 1982, Roy Rogers had this very colorful commercial for their Miss Pac-Man matching ticket game. Similar to how McDonald's Monopoly worked, you had to find enough tickets to fill out a game sheet. Prizes here were an arcade cabinet, which is wild, cash and food prizes, some great animation of Miss Pac-Man eating burgers and fries, Coke. At this time, Atari was by far the most popular gaming console. Arcades were still a thing, but for many, video games were Atari, so it only makes sense that they would partner with the restaurant synonymous with fast food, McDonald's. Standard scratch and win game, themed after popular Atari releases like Asteroids, Centipede. With every purchase, customers got a scratch card and they could win arcade cabinets. Very cool. 8-bit computers, 2600s, or just more McDonald's food. Again, standard stuff. I found several variations on the same commercial, different people scratching, winning, losing, with the narrator encouraging you to taste the thrill of Atari at McDonald's. In 1983, a McDonald's-themed Atari game was in development, produced by Parker Brothers. You can see all sorts of design documents and even promotional material for it online. It was advertised in catalogs, but was never commercially released. A finished game was shown to test audiences that didn't like it, and so it just never came out. The prototype is available, or at least there is footage of it. That is what this is from here. It seems like it was kind of set up similar to Space Invaders, with Ronald flying around against aliens and feeding the McDonald's before they destroy the Golden Arches. 1983 was also the year the video game industry crashed, something we covered in that retrofuturism video, but basic summary, too many games were available, most of them bad, there was little quality control, and people got burned and then stopped buying. Still, the characters resonated with people, they were iconic and still very marketable, as we will see over the next few years. Pac-Man especially, he had a cartoon, he got other food tie-ins, a cereal that I found a bunch of commercials for, similar animation to the show, with some variations, pasta, Chef Boyardee noodles, mac and cheese, all things are food marketed towards kids. Pre-Mario, Pac-Man was very much the mascot for video games. Speaking of Mario, I believe his first animated appearance came in these 1983 commercials for Donkey Kong cereal. Happy to be corrected on that, but I think this is the first. I mentioned in the nerdy fast food video, there was no set design or guide for how to draw Mario, so you'll be seeing a bunch of different Marios, still recognizable, but this one is very interesting, with the long legs, looking a lot like Popeye in the eyes, which Donkey Kong began as a Popeye game, but Nintendo couldn't get the license. Gaming could have looked very different if they had. A couple different commercials here, following the theme of the game, Mario thwarting Donkey Kong and rescuing Pauline. He's still Italian, still has an accent. We got a here we go, knowing how big and iconic Mario would be in just a few years. It's wild seeing him here like this. There was a promotion for a time on the back of the boxes where you could win several prizes, shoelaces, a sleeping bag, all the way up to a cabinet. There was a card in the box that was one of 6 colors, and the prizes corresponded to the color. There was also a Donkey Kong Jr. cereal, first made in 1983. This seems to have been more fruit-flavored. That's what the commercial highlights. A less impressive promotion, you could get a Donkey Kong Pez dispenser if you sent 75 cents and proof of purchase. Both of these would be discontinued by 1984. The Famicom, which would later be repackaged as the Nintendo Entertainment System, was released in Japan in 1983 with ports of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. The system stumbled at first, but really found its footing the following year and absolutely exploded with the release of Super Mario Bros. In 1985. This game not only helped establish Nintendo as the video game company, but really helped bring the entire industry back to life. Business boomed with Mario front and center. I really wanted to find some McDonald's tie-ins with Mario in Japan, but unfortunately couldn't. They didn't exist. But like Pac-Man in the States, Mario was heavily cross-promoted and merchandised. Like I mentioned earlier, no real set design for Mario. Here's a commercial for Latte Snacks. Looks like some cool stickers came with these. In 1986, Nintendo partnered with food manufacturer Nagatanian, and Mario appeared in several commercials for them, shilling curry and ramen, all of them animated. This commercial here foreshadows the Bowser fight in Mario 64. Another one, he is at a rodeo, very strange. Merchandise you can get through giveaways included phone cards, stickers, and what I saw described as a medical robot. It's basically a first aid kit, one of the weirder tie-ins we've seen. There was also product placement in the Super Mario Bros. Anime that came out in 1986. Definitely recommend checking that out. The Nintendo Entertainment System came to America in 1985, but wouldn't fully catch on until 1988, but when it did, it exploded. Just like in Japan, it was massively popular, the hottest holiday toy, Mario Mania, heavily merchandised. It was a phenomenon. Anything that could be merchandised was, even food. The NES got its own cereal, the Nintendo cereal system. I love this commercial. Kids' heads turn to TVs. Kids jump into the TV. This cereal was made by the same company who made the Donkey Kong ones, Ralston Purina, now known for pet food. In 1989, we got this very festive, very cool Mario ad for Pepsi. Mario goes into the store, becomes Santa Claus. I love these displays here. I actually looked them up on eBay and found a few, going for upwards of $1,000. Insane, but that is the modern market. It would make a great Christmas decoration though. Nintendo and Mario was so popular, apparently around the time Mario 3 was released, McDonald's wanted the M on Mario's hat to resemble the golden arches even more, wanting that free advertising. We looked at the Super Mario 3 promotion at McDonald's in our nerdiest fast food promotion video, as well as a bunch of other fast food video game crossovers. Check that video out. We will be talking about this more over on Patreon. $5, get access to dozens of videos, the nostalgia economy, and more. Please consider supporting us. That's it for today. As always, thank you so much for your interest in this channel, and thanks for watching. See you in the future.